So saving levels, Unreal Engine works a little different than a Max Maya Blender type DCC application does. You know, down here we have this repository of assets that we can drag into our level, and this is a level up here. Now, this is an unsaved level. If I go to save everything and try and save, it's going to come up with a window and ask me save a level as. You might think this is saving Unreal's project. It's not. It's saying that the current level that you're viewing here in the viewport hasn't been saved. It hasn't actually been written out to anywhere. And we need to ensure that we're saving our levels as we're building them. Okay, so when you go File, you can see Save All Levels, Save Current, and no matter what, it's going to bring this up. Now we have a folder called levels. You won't save them just anywhere. You're going to put them into the folder called levels. They will also be named correctly, which means we have to go back to our document. And once in here, we need to find out what levels are saved as. So if you notice, there's an example here. This is going to be our adventure level. This is going to be our final level, and this is what your level will be called. You will use your initials on the end. So for me, I can pretty much cut and paste that. If you're wondering what the L underscore is, well, that's the level underscore, so that we know that it's a level. If you scroll, I think way down here, you can see I've got a breakdown of examples of what your naming conventions need to be. Asset prefixes, texture suffixes at the end for the levels, and for if you're breaking down RGB masks and stuff, how they get packed. This is for channel packing. That's a bigger discussion later we can have. So I'm going to pop on back. I'm going to cut and paste. So it's L underscore adventure underscore pen. Yours should not be different other than the initials. We can have multiple levels going that we're maybe using for test levels, sort of, piecing things together kind of levels. And so you can name those wherever you want. This is the one I'm going to go and open and look at and view every single time I come back to this project. In fact, we're going to set this level up so it's automatically the level that opens when you open your project. So I'm going to go and hit save. That's been saved. Don't worry about this message right now. We'll get there. If you'll notice, our plank hasn't been saved. Things have been edited or changed, and it hasn't been saved. So if I go and save everything again, so there's save current, save, blah, blah, blah. So if I just go and do Control Shift and S, it should save everything every time. And again, it'll pop open that window if there's things that have no file name or, file name attached to them. Now, again, something to note, our plank is not correct for the naming convention. We need to go right click, rename, or you can pick it and hit F2. And so I said F2, there we go. And so we need, again, go back to our document, and we can review what asset prefixes are. Static mesh is SM, that is capital S, capital M, underscore, then the name of whatever it is. In this case, maybe like I've got wood board here, and once again, your initials. So I'm going to pop back over and hit F2, and I'll just cut and paste that. And now you'll see it's SM wood board. Okay, so the ones that are already in there are going to stay as plank. So make sure you do this early. Now when I add it, it's coming in as SM wood board pen. So realistically, all of these planks that are already existing in here, we should be getting rid of and making sure they're all named correctly. And I mean all of them. You should be able to, search this quickly and find these. These lists are going to get really long. There's going to be a lot of stuff in here. If I start seeing garbage names in here, you lose grades, okay? Because that is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare in a production environment, okay? So I'll be ripping grades at you for making a mess for the next person is what it boils down to. So there's our level saved. There's a naming convention set up. And let's move on to some other goodies.